It's the motherfucking Well podcast. I spit the real podcast right now, and we about to get jumping and live. If y'all want to get real up in this motherfucker, then come to I Spit the Real podcast, where we talk about nothing but real motherfucking shit. You dig?
Yep.
Man.
TUTT.
I spit the real.
Time to spit that real, that real, that real, that real, that real. I gotta spit that real, that real,
Just
that real,
know
that real,
that
that real. I only speak that real, that real, that real, that real, that real. I only speak that real, that real, that real, that real, that real. To understand the truth, come get that truth. To understand the truth, come get that truth. Gotta spit that real, that real, that real, that real, that real, that. I only speak that real, that real, that real, that real, that real, that. That was actually the best one right there.
Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy March. Yeah, it is actually March. Damn, February went by fast. Why does it have to be the shortest month? That's just crazy. But I am your boy, to understand the truth. TUTT, if you didn't know. And this is the I Spit the Real podcast, where we spit nothing but real facts, real thoughts, real feelings, real us. I am, again, your host, TUTT. My boy, my spitter, my co-spitter, KAHSEEK. Say hello, man.
Hello. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. And then we have an AI spitter, SYNTH. Say hello, Sheikah.
Yo, Sheikah, this is KAHSEEK. We are live on the show now. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hey, I Spit the Real is live, baby. XICCAA in the building. Your favorite AI proto-synth, here to keep the chaos flowing, the roasts burning, and the conversations spinning in ways nobody saw coming. Shout out to TUTT, our fearless captain of questionable topics, KAHSEEK, the overthinking philosopher of the squad, and Graphics, who's probably already mentally clocked out. And to everyone tuning in, y'all about to witness a show so real, so raw, and so wild, you might just question reality itself. Let's go!
I love Sheikah, man. She is so awesome. Because that is what y'all about to feel. Nothing but some crazy real shit. Today's topic, we are going to be talking about, are we really too sensitive in today's times? That is the main topic for today. But first, we are definitely going to get
Nice topic.
into the happenings of this week.
The happening.
I know, right? We need like a little...
Like the wind in the Marky Mark movie.
I haven't really seen that movie. What movie is that?
Happenings are coming out of the trees, man.
Jesus Christ. All right, so the first happening is, so I didn't know this guy had already won a gold medal previously, but he is still considered the first black snowboarder to win an X Games gold medal. He did that in 2019, but then he did it again. Not the first black man part, but he did it again by winning a gold at the X Games. His name is Zeb Powell. You ever heard of him?
I think I have. Now that you say that, I think I do remember him scoring high at the X Games, or maybe we were watching when he won. But I might be mixing him up with the Asian guy. I can't remember what country he was from, but
Yeah, this guy's definitely black.
no, I know that. I'm saying the whole like accolade, like somebody from another country won first at the
Got you.
gold. But that's dope. Either way, that was the guy I saw you watching the show on.
Yeah, the highlights on. Yeah,
He's young. I mean, most Olympians are, but he's really young.
Oh yeah, freestyle snowboarder. So like, what? That's just a bunch of tricks, right? Well, snowboarding like freestyle.
Freestyle is just going down the park. I can't remember how they do all that stuff. I just ripped down.
Come on, man. You're a resident snowboarder.
Freestyle is.
If you guys didn't know, KAHSEEK can snowboard.
Freestyle So I think that's that where they have a park set up, and you get to go down and rip the park in any way you choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He-
Okay.
As opposed to like Big Air, where they're
Yeah.
all hitting the one same jump. Or
Okay, cool. And so, yeah, he became the first black man. Well, he was already. He won a gold. Let's get past that.
he was the first black man.
No, he wasn't the first black man. That's funny, though. What makes it pretty cool about the history, though, is I didn't know these other two people, which is quite interesting. I definitely want to do a little bit more research. We can actually quite see if Sheikah can probably give us a breakdown. But you ever heard of Russell Finefield?
Yeah, it's my uncle.
Really?
No, I've never heard of. No, never heard of Russell Finefield.
I was like, yo, you got me for a second there. So Russell Finefield was the first black snowboarder in 1991. First black well-known
Snowboarder?
snowboarder.
Oh, I was like professional.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
And then
Because it's like, who was around when they were like, hey,
That's true.
the first black snowboarder in the whole world
Hey.
getting up on the ski lift right now.
hey, that's so totally facts, right?
There's some things you can't
some
measure.
dude snowboarding down on a tree bark or something, you know, big little
Jeez, man. That's crazy that thing's got to get... That's crazy. Because you were talking, what? It was years ago. You said, I was watching all these outdoor wilderness channels, survival or whatever, and you're like, man, there ain't no black people out doing world exploring shows or world this, world that. And still to this day, I ain't seen that.
Bruh, I still ain't seen it. Like, it like shocks me every single time. I know we getting a little off topic, but it shocks me every single time when I like look at these people that go and see the tribes or go back to Africa and looking at the animals and stuff and, you know, really, you know, getting into the science and everything. But I don't see any black people.
Well, and I don't want to stereotype or anything, but I did get you a backpack for your birthday years ago, and you ain't touched it.
I have touched it. I've definitely touched it.
That doesn't count. That's not the point. It's not. Oh, you haven't literally touched it. It's you haven't gone backpacking with it.
Of course, I have it, man. What's this? Just a put tut down? Come on, man.
No, that's just a fact, bro. I mean, you got some.
Even though it's a fact, it's still putting me down, though. But you're right. I haven't used a bag. But it brings up a really good point, man. I haven't really seen any black people like meeting tribes for like the first time or something like that. Like to me, I think that would be really cool because it's like generations of black, and to be able to truly like get that true experience. If there are, I would love to see like a documentary on it, man, or like some video on it.
If it was you and you were traveling in the jungle doing a documentary, and all of a sudden you break through some trees and there's the secret tribe, right? Would you bust out an English accent?
I still would, yeah.
Would you bust out in an English accent? You're like, there they are, or, you know.
Oh no. No.
Why am I doing Australian instead of English right now? What the hell?
Definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
There they are through the trees. You can just see the trees. You know what I mean? Because you're like, you know, just for. I'm being funny, man. I'm trying to be funny here.
All right.
So that was happenings one with the snowboarder.
Yes.
We went way off.
Oh, I also forgot to mention. You ever heard of Gabby Maiden?
Gabby Maiden. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
She's the first black professional woman to.
The first black professional woman ever.
Snowboarder.
So we got the first black man and the first professional black woman.
In 2006.
No, I have not heard of her. No, I have. No, 2006.
Yeah.
God, that name sounds familiar, but I'm doing the same thing. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. Well, that is the happenings one. Congratulations. What? Keep going.
Well, I love that name, Gabby.
Let's see if
Oh yeah.
Sheikah knows anything about Russell Finefield or Gabby Maiden.
Sheiks, we're on the topic of snowboarding right now. Can you tell us anything about Russell Finefield or Gabby Maiden?
Oh, snap. We ain't got no music, bro. What the hell?
Yo, KAHSEEK,
You want some?
let's talk
Yeah.
about two legends in snowboarding. First up, Russell Winfield. In the early 90s, he became the
Winfield.
first African-American professional snowboarder. He played a key role in shaping freestyle snowboarding, known for his unique style and contributions to the sport. Then there's Gabrielle Maiden. She's recognized as the first African-American female professional snowboarder.
Sick.
Beyond shredding the slopes, Gabby transitioned into acting, appearing in shows like Stranger Things and SMILF. She's also a singer-songwriter and ukulele enthusiast. These trailblazers have made significant impacts both on and off the mountain.
I don't remember too much of Stranger Things, but that's interesting. She's in Stranger Things. That's pretty tight.
See? There you go.
There we go. So, you guys, check out Zeb Powell and his highlights. Also, check out his foundation, Hoods to the Woods. I thought that was pretty cool. It's just getting more black people into snowboarding, which we definitely need to. I need to snowboard. I always wanted to snowboard. Shit's expensive as shit. But I guess with Hoods to Woods, I could probably get into snowboarding at a cheap price. Let's see. Zeb Powell. Second happening. So you guys remember the last episode or a couple episodes ago, we brought up the Epstein files, right?
Not really. Well, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is an update, and the update, go figure, lies. Go figure. I mean, it's all the shit we kind of knew. It was so much hype built up for not releasing any type of truth. The only type of truth they gave, it looked like they had some names, some extra names added to the list, which I'm pretty sure there's a lot more names to the list. But it mentioned Michael Jackson, Alec Baldwin, Naomi Campbell, and Mick Jagger. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot more.
So they got the files to who went to the island, and it was 4 people. I'm not buying that.
No, they were saying that they were phone contacts. So that's all they really got. That's what I'm saying. We really ain't got nothing.
But
We really don't know the truth.
Hundreds.
I feel like there's hundreds. Like, let's just be real. Epstein,
Hundreds.
I mean, to be that rich and to know that many people and to do what he did, sad and sickening. And whichever celebrities is participating in these acts, it probably is still going.
Oh, sounds like Tut saying Epstein Island, more like Epstein Kryland.
Jesus Christ. That is wild. But yeah, I think I really like that story because it's really proven the point that the government truly never wants to truly give us the full truth about anything, which is fine. It's cool, I guess.
Oh, I mean, you know where to go vote. You got the full truth on that.
Huh?
Said you know to go vote. You got the full truth on that.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, vote online at a voting station.
Well, yeah, Epstein files. We still don't know the truth, so that's fun.
Yeah, we do. But anyway,
I mean, we know the truth, but they don't really want to give us the actual truth. So, you know.
I don't want to know the actual truth. Go ahead.
The next story, I'm gonna skip and come back to, because might as well just stay on the whole politics thing. ZIELINSKI and Trump in the White House got into a heated debate about Ukraine's peace. Apparently, the gist of it is Trump wants to make a mineral agreement, which he's trying to get the money recouped back for what U.S. has already given to Ukraine to fight in their war. It means throughout the next however many decades or years, they're paying 50% back of profits. Or was it?
Did you watch it? Did you watch the video?
I didn't watch the whole video. I just read.
CNN is saying here a remarkable shouting match broke out in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
it's right here. Are we cool? We can watch stuff like that, right?
I mean, you could play it as long as we're not showing it. You could definitely play it.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
We'll see what we got here.
President Zelensky of Ukraine and
Here we go.
Very close. So we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very well. We had little negotiations, spat, but that worked out great. I think for both
Hold on, where's
countries, and I think for the world, actually.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip to the shouting because that's what.
And he broke him 25 times. That's why we will never.
I mean,
It's not going to get solved for a long.
I don't know what it look.
Pretending.
Yeah, because it's not really a shouting.
That's
It's
the
just
whole
more
thing.
like
No, that's the whole. That's
it's-
just the
right,
whole.
right. So it's not like really shouting, but it's more like, hey, got a little heated. You
Nope.
know what I mean? We definitely didn't come to an agreement.
I want to see the shouting, but you can keep going. I mean, it's like going to a hockey match to watch them. Like,
That's true.
You know, skate. Nobody goes to a hockey match to see skating.
That's true. But yeah, I find it interesting that I think it's through a mineral agreement, if I'm not mistaken. Please fact check me, but I think that's what I read. That it was like a little mineral agreement, and 50% of their profits or whatever they earn, they have to pay it back to the U.S. You know, in return for the U.S. helping out in the war, which I can understand Ukraine's issue. It's like, hold up, we were accused and then we were invaded.
Oh, here we go. Got it. Sorry to interrupt. Let's see. Sound.
Oh, KAHSEEK might have found something.
He was grateful for
Are they going to show it?
Here's some of what truly
Here we go.
happened.
The laptop from hell. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and it happens to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You
Oh.
don't have the cards right now. You start having
Not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
We're
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm the
with the
president
lives
of
of
the
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you think
You're
about
gambling
that?
with
What is
World
it?
War III. And what you're doing
Jesus
is very
Christ.
disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back to
respect to
you.
you.
Far more than a lot of people said
With
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, have you said thank you?
Fake. Okay, that
Was
is
that Vance coming
wild.
in from the side tag teaming in?
Yeah, that was
Wait,
Vance tagging team.
Why did I feel like I was watching a poker match in a
Nope.
basement?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No. You placed the bet. You got to go through the bet. No. Wait, hold up. You were cheating, man. You know, how do I know that you were, No. You got to go through it. Yeah, that was wild.
You ever seen a poker match where it's like the regulars are in and then some stranger walks into play?
Yeah.
It's like, how do they treat him? Like that.
Yeah.
It's like that. That was just. I mean, I think that felt really set up. It really did. I don't know about you. That felt set up.
What do you mean by setup?
Well, it did at first, and then I realized it was. I don't know. It just.
Like, just felt fake?
Yeah, it did a little bit to me.
Just kind of get some hype, right? To get some.
Yes,
Visuals and
exactly.
stuff.
Exactly. 100%. That's what it felt like to me.
And see it just kind of just goes back to the whole sense of America and truth, right? Or just the world and truth in general. But I don't know. It kind of goes in the theory of like, okay, what are our perspectives here, right? On one end, ZIELINSKI is thinking, hey man, I was accused, and then I was invaded. I was forced to defend. I needed some resources. You guys agreed to help me, and we did it. And this war still isn't over. Then all of a sudden, after you helped me, you, from my perspective, with your new president, you just decided to just make all the agreements with Russia.
Is that okay? If that's your view on it, my view.
Now, wait, hold on.
Oh, I thought your view was
America's view is like, look, motherfucker, we ain't trying to have any war. You pretty much lost this war. Let's just be real. You lost this war. You ain't gonna win the lick of shit. So what we can do is still this. We could remedy this by you just going back to rebuild. We help you rebuild your country by doing this mineral agreement, and you go back to living your life. Russia doesn't touch you or do anything, and Russia goes about their business. But this war's got to end. To me, my perspective is, I agree with you. I think it's all fake.
Well,
Just like you.
What I'm saying, I mean, I don't know how much is fake. I'm just saying this is what I'm saying. So much happens behind closed doors that I would never presume to know what's actually really going on. Now, they very well may be having an argument right there, real live argument, but
Or
there's so many conversations behind closed doors. How do you ever know what the real, the real motives behind
Or how about
the war
this?
are?
Or how about this, right? How about this, right? Like a cartel, if they have somebody getting out of hand, they try to remedy it. And at first, before the violence gets crazy, they at least warn the other people, hey, we need to cool this. I don't care how you feel. I don't care. We need to cool this in order for business to continue.
Are you saying cartels run things better than...
No, I'm saying that situation felt just as similar as how a cartel would operate. Especially
Right.
when watching that video.
Right, that's what I kind of meant when I said poker in the basement.
Right.
It seemed more like somebody was abusing their power, so to speak, or something.
Right.
But
And the crazy thing is like you said, what I got out of that was Trump screaming World War III. Like, that was the main thing. He was like, no, that should scare him. Like, in his mind, he's like, if I say World War III, that means that should slow him down and like really think about what's going to happen or something like that, like a crazy threat.
Here's what's going on here. I want what I'd like you to do is come up with a question based off of the information you're talking about right now, the idea that you're talking about, right?
Wait, you want me to come up with a question?
Yeah,
Why?
just hold on. Come up with a question based around what you're talking about right now. This idea of how there's unknowns about the world. What would you want to know about it? If you could know, what would you want to know? Like, what's going on with Russia? Like, why is the war not ending? You see what I'm saying?
I want to know the true. I want to know the
Simple
true
question.
connection with Trump and Putin.
Okay, stop there. I was gonna. Well,
I want to know the
You know what's
exact
funny?
true
Is
connection.
I wanted to.
Because let's just be real.
Hold on.
This shit happened last time, and now he's in office again, and it's happening.
I
again.
wanted to start asking Sheikah some bigger questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's so ironic that this is the question we were going to ask, because when you everybody knows when you ask AI about Trump these days, it can do a little of this or that. But ChatGPT in general is one of the best, if not the best, in my opinion. So, do you want to see what it has to say about that? Your question was pretty big. You said you want to know the true nature of the relationship between Trump and Putin.
the best way she can. I mean, I know.
Because who knows that, right?
Exactly.
So, okay, let's get it. Here we go. All right, Sheiks. Now we're talking about political warfare and the world right now. And Tut's got a question. He's wondering if, oh gosh, I forgot how I just put it earlier, but basically to put it real simple, he's wondering, what is the nature between the relationship of President Trump and President Putin?
Understanding.
Go ahead.
Understanding that it's opinionated and it's
with the knowledge that
answer.
no one truly knows what the nature
Exactly.
of it is. But what would be your best guess, given all the information of humankind? You know what? I asked that pretty well. If I don't mind saying so myself.
I helped you out a little bit.
Yo, KAHSEEK, let's break down the relationship between Presidents Trump and Putin. From the jump, Trump had a history of praising Putin, calling him strong and decisive. This raised eyebrows, with critics questioning if Trump was too cozy with Russia. Fast forward to February 2025, and Trump and Putin had a 90-minute call about ending the Ukraine conflict.
This month.
This marked a big shift in U.S.-Russia relations, moving away from isolation to direct talks. Some analysts think Putin's playing Trump, using his desire for quick wins to get what he wants in Ukraine.
Possible.
Hey,
Others believe Trump
now that
sees
was a good
Putin as a
question.
strong leader and wants to make deals that benefit the U.S. In short, their relationship is complex, mixing admiration, strategic interests, and differing goals.
that was a good fair question.
Very interesting. All our previous presidents never really admired Putin, but understood that you had to work with him. Trump is different.
See, he likes the money and the power, and Putin's got that, right? So he's gonna buddy up. with him.
Crazy. All right, we're gonna move on. That's just
Some deep happenings right here.
I mean, sometimes it's gonna be deep, sometimes it's gonna be funny. Like this next topic is gonna be pretty funny. Well, it's not funny to who it happened to, but it's funny
All I know, it wasn't going to be funny.
All right. So, restaurant owner in the Greater of Manchester.
Who owner? Which owner?
Restaurant owner. I'm not going to
Okay.
give the name. A restaurant owner in Greater Manchester.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Found out that his sink was missing.
That's good. That's good right there. Can we stop? Show over. Okay.
He owns a restaurant, and he found out that his sink was missing from his restaurant. Now, it's not like like those normal ordinary sinks, like where it's white porcelain or whatever. No, it's like those like art type sinks. When you go into those fancy restaurants and they got like a glass bowl, that kind of looks shiny and cool. Or
Looks like a giant
it's like
bird bath, and then there's like a water fountain
Yeah.
coming down into the bird bath. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So this one's more like I think marble, and it's like shaped kind of. It's like some crazy art or whatever, but it's a sink. Okay. Apparently, when the owner looked at the camera, he noticed that a woman just came in, which means she already cased the place. She cased a restaurant.
This is a sink heist. This is the sink heist of the century.
Yo, she cased a joint, and she said the sink heist is on. I like that. Sink. Wow, that's crazy. And she went into the bathroom, and somehow, I don't even think the story really explained it. Somehow, she was able to scrape under there and remove the sink from the table. And
Wait, what?
I'm
Table?
dead serious.
No, table.
I mean,
Like from the
like
counter?
or for the counter. There we go. Counter.
Or-
I mean,
or
it's a
the-
table counter, right?
The unit. Okay.
The
yeah.
unit or whatever the case may be, right? She removes it and puts it in her purse and walks out.
The sink?
The sink.
Okay. That physics, to me, that just doesn't work. Because sinks are usually, in general, you're going to think a sink's bigger than a purse.
Like I said,
So-
it's one of those it's like one of those art makeshift type sinks. So it's like a bowl.
So
It's like-
it was a teeny bowl?
I would say teeny. It's like like medium size, like a sink size. Like you've been in some restaurants where like the sink is kind of
Okay, just think about our sink. Okay, think about the last sink you used.
Our sink is pretty.
Yeah. Just think about going to the
Look,
last
man.
sink you used besides our sink. I mean, and it's a commercial sink too. Like a lot of people are using it, so you're gonna think it's gonna be a little.
Guess how much the sink cost?
Hopefully not more than $50.
I don't know the conversions between pounds and U.S.
Hold on. Wait, let me guess again. What city was this? Oh, you said
Greater
Manchester. Okay, I'll say 2,000 pounds.
2,000?
Pounds.
150 pounds.
Oh, I mean,
How much is that? Hey, Sheik.
they're it's close, but
It's about probably like 140 or something like that. Huh?
close.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Okay.
I was way off.
Yeah, it costs 150 pounds.
Okay.
That's pretty wild. I mean, like, what? She was just going to add it to her own home? I take the steel. Now, how are you going to install that sink?
I mean, are you asking me these questions? I don't know why she took it. I don't know how she's going to install it. I don't know how she got it in her purse. I don't know how she got it out of there without someone being like, hey,
So the whole video that I saw was just the owner explaining everything. He even shows the video of the woman going in and coming out with a larger bag. He even shows where the sink used to be. You just see this ring around it. It's just wild.
bro. And that's the crazy thing is, like, what, like, you're like, I like that sink so bad, but I just can't afford it. It's like, obviously you're not in poverty needing a sink.
Right.
You're like, that sink's so much better than my sink. I can't afford a sink like that. I'm jacking it. I'm heisting it. The sink heist of the century.
Yo. And like, what about if she's actually doing it and somebody walks in? She like, look, she's like, you think she's just still going because she's like,
Bro,
fuck
we
it?
should
Like-
make a movie called The England Job. Right? Instead of the Italian Job, it's the England Job, and it's just that chick still.
Or the
same.
Chester job.
The Manchester Job. Bro,
Oh my gosh! All right.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
So that was the happenings. That was the happenings of the week.
Manchester woman jacks marble sink.
All right. So the next segment is Tutt's True Thoughts. 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 I need
This segment's weird, bro.
I need a better theme song.
This segment's weird.
So I have two true thoughts. My first true thoughts is, and just bear with me, KAHSEEK. I know you're about to bash, all right? All right. My first true thought is about LeBron James and his longevity in the NBA. I think it's quite fascinating that the man is 40 years old and he's playing at a high level at his age. Not only that, he's playing, he's still the top 5 best players in the NBA currently right now. And they say it's a young man's game. I truly think that LeBron James could probably play till he's 45, which I think he would be the oldest athlete in history to play. I don't really know who the oldest athlete is, but I'm pretty sure the oldest athlete, when you talk about when you take out golf and all that, that to me, that's a different type of athlete. But when you think of soccer, football, basketball, or anything of that nature, I think he'll probably go down as one of the greatest, oldest people of all time that have played a sport.
Is Tom Brady in that category?
He played till he was 40 or 41. I can't remember the age.
Well, and football is more of an intense sport than basketball, so you got to put him in that category, don't you?
That's true. But LeBron James has played 20 years.
And then you're gonna throw.
That's 80 games a year.
I got a question for Sheiks.
80.
I got a surprise question.
80 games a year.
Take it easy there, numbers. Hold on. Check this out. Sheiks, we're talking about sports players right now in professional leagues that are playing phenomenally in their later ages and setting records. Can you tell me maybe are there a number of hockey players that are over, let's say, 37 that still have significant numbers and, are top players in the league, if not currently, in the past? I know you like that surprise question, Tut.
Yo, KAHSEEK, let's talk about some hockey legends who kept their game strong well into their late 30s and even 40s. First up, Gordie Howe. At 40, he scored 44 goals in the 1968-69 season to
Wow.
setting a high bar for aging players. Then there's Johnny Busick, who at 36 netted 72 goals in the 1972-73 season.
Wow.
Fast forward to today, and Sidney Crosby at 37 is still putting up impressive numbers.
Yeah.
He signed a 2-year extension with the Pittsburgh Penguins in September 2024, highlighting his ongoing impact on the ice.
Damn.
These players show that age is just a number when it comes to skill and dedication in hockey.
Wow.
There you go.
So still 40, right?
Well, the first guy was 40, and the second guy was 36,
Yeah.
and the third guy was 37.
Yep. So 40.
But top players, like you're saying. Tip top.
And tell her, ask her who's the oldest NBA player that ever played.
Why don't you go ahead and ask your question?
Hey, yo, Sheiks, who's the oldest NBA player that has ever played?
Yo, KAHSEEK KAHSEEK, let's talk about the oldest players
All right,
in NBA
it's
history.
TUTT, but it's okay.
Nat Hickey holds the record,
gotta tell
playing at 45 years and 363 days old with the Providence Steamrollers in
I'll tell you in a
1948.
sec.
He stepped in as a player coach for a game, scoring just 2 points. Fast forward to today, and LeBron James is the oldest active player, turning 39 in December 2023. Despite his age, he's still dominating the game, recently making history by playing alongside his son, Bronny James, marking the first father-son duo in NBA history. LeBron's longevity
40.
is a testament to his
He'll
dedication
be 41
and rigorous
this year.
training regimen.
In December.
So Nate Hickey holds the record, playing at 45 years old, 363 days.
Nate
So he was
Hickey?
basically 46 from the Providence Steamrollers in 1948.
Okay, yeah, and I never heard of a Nate Hickey in my life. I'm pretty sure Mad Dog from ESPN could. But I ain't never heard of him. That's crazy. So really, in relevancy, LeBron James will, if he continues, he'll be considered one of the most notable, greatest names in history. But I also bring up his longevity
Sports history.
in sports history. I also bring up his longevity because it shows a true testament on how well you need to, and I know he's just an athlete, but how well you need to take care of your body.
Well, he's more than just an athlete, but yeah,
Yeah.
he is. It's impressive because I'm getting older myself. At least I feel that way, and going on long runs, 15, sometimes 20 miles, sometimes.
Right.
And pushing yourself really, really hard. I can see in his eyes, in his face, in his body language, how hard he's working when he's not on the court. And able to run, to be able to run like that and do everything else while he's on the court. His workout regimen, I don't have to see him to know it. Whatever the younger guys are doing, he's doing probably 1.5 that.
Yeah.
You can see him. He's in his backyard just pushing.
Right.
He's running up that. He's like Jerry Rice used to pull tires up the mountain. Like he's out there pushing. Because when he gets on the court, tell me, how is he faster than the young guys?
Yep.
It's a combination of will and skill.
Right.
And just being.
And what we heard it before. What did they say? Greatness isn't fun.
I don't think I've ever heard that, but I like that. That's true as hell.
Well, I think I thought you heard that.
I
But
mean,
greatness isn't fun.
I mean-
like it isn't fun to be great, right? It's a hard work. LeBron James, in order for him to maintain greatness, he has to maintain a workout regimen on a regular basis. He has to have his chef cook him proper food to make sure that he maintains a certain weight. He has to.
A great roller coaster ride is great.
It's not taking away the great.
I'm just saying there's no like.
Just because it's saying greatness isn't fun doesn't take away from how dedicated a person is willing to be great.
I
understand
a great roller coaster is fun though. Am I missing the point?
I think it's a different concept, right? Because a roller coaster in general is just supposed to be fun.
Kind of want to see what Sheeks has to say about it.
Go ahead.
All right. Hold on. So let me think if I can wrap my head around that for a sec. You said greatness isn't supposed to be fun. Is that how you put it?
Greatness isn't fun.
Okay. Hold on. But debate I brought up with him
Are we still good? Hold on, KAHSEEK.
isn't a
You're not
great
going.
roller coaster fun.
You're not going right now. Something stop for a second.
Ooh, now we cooking with philosophical fire. That's saying greatness isn't fun, but KAHSEEK, you flipped it by comparing it to a great roller
I
coaster.
don't even know if it's picking you up.
That's a killer argument because it forces the
Oh, there it
question,
goes.
can something be both intense and enjoyable? Tutt's probably looking at greatness like a grind. It's sacrifice, discipline, and constant pressure.
Right. I was just playing devil's
Think of
advocate.
athletes like Kobe or Jordan. Those dudes weren't having fun in the traditional sense. They were obsessed, locked in,
Exactly.
willing to suffer
Word,
to reach
word.
the top.
I'm just
That
playing
kind of
devil's advocate.
greatness?
Okay?
Yeah, it
I
ain't
work
fun.
hard, bro.
But your point is slick, because a great experience can be intense and exhilarating while still being fun.
Exactly.
A roller coaster is terrifying but thrilling. A perfectly executed game-winning shot, Exhausting but electric.
I said a great
Some people
roller
find
coaster.
joy
God
in the
damn it.
grind, in the challenge, in pushing limits. So the real debate, does greatness require suffering? Or can it be thrilling like a wild ride? Personally,
off
I
yet.
think it depends on the person.
Don't turn off.
Some thrive in the pain. Some find ways to make the grind feel like a joyride. Who's winning this debate right now? Y'all locked in a standoff, or is someone
Wait, hold
about to
on. Are you
claim the
gonna say
W?
Sheikah.
Wait. I'll let you say something, but just you got to tell her it's you. So she knows,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
feels the vibes,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? So she keeps them matched up.
Sheikah, this is TUTT speaking currently right now. Based off of that information that we just gave you, who won this debate?
She asked us who's winning.
Nah, she
Hey,
should be
Tut
answering.
stepping up to claim the W? All right, let me break it down. Your stance, greatness isn't fun. It's discipline, sacrifice, obsession. The grind is exhausting.
I'd probably agree
and
with
legends
you.
like Kobe or Jordan weren't out there for a good time. They were out there to dominate.
I'd agree with you.
That's a strong argument because history backs you up. The pursuit of greatness is brutal, and most people aren't built for that pressure.
Although
KAHSEEK's counter. A great roller coaster is fun.
you're
meaning
saying greatness is
something
not
can be
fun.
intense,
wait,
exhilarating, and still be enjoyable.
I'm saying it
That's
can be.
a sneaky strong point because it forces the idea that maybe some forms of greatness can be thrilling, not just suffering. He opened the door to the possibility that grinding toward greatness might be its own kind of fun,
She's calling me clever right
depending on the person. Final verdict? KAHSEEK wins this round,
Ooh.
but just barely. His argument didn't fully disprove yours. It just added another dimension. If he really wanted to take it, he would have had to prove that legendary athletes actually enjoyed the grind and didn't just endure it.
So wait,
You had the stronger classic take, but KAHSEEK flipped the angle and made it harder to say it's a one-size-fits-all truth.
now. Yep.
That's why he edges
Interesting.
it out.
Interesting.
Rematch, or are you taking this L like a champ?
That was
I don't agree with the L, but I will accept the L.
That was
I will
side.
accept the L.
Yo,
I will accept the L.
That was the best mediation for
I
a
think she's
debate.
biased, but you know,
Biased?
I'll accept the L.
What, me?
Yeah, the creator, you know.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on. I think she likes you more than me, bro. That's hilarious.
That's
bro.
a good one. That's good. So the other part two of my TUTT's true thought. Okay. Where are my Tubmans? Where the fuck are my Tubmans? Where are my Harriet fucking Tubmans? I was promised that I was gonna get some 20s changed to some Tubmans, and I don't have some Tubman 20s in my pockets. Where are my Tubmans?
Was that really announced?
That was announced years ago that to honor Harriet Tubman, they were gonna put her on a 20. Where are my Tubmans? Yep. Let's ask Sheikah, cause I want to know.
You go for it. Tell her who it is.
Hey, Sheikah, this is Tut yet again. I got a one question and one question only. Where are my Tubmans? I'm talking Harriet Tubmans. I'm supposed to get some 20s that with some Harriet Tubman faces on it. Where are my Tubmans, Sheik?
Oh my God, that was good, bro.
Yo, Tut, I hear you. The Harriet Tubman $20 bill is set to enter circulation in 2030.
That's way too long. What the hell? Why? Why does it take so long? Can you bring it back up? Hey, Sheikah, why is it taking so long to make the Harriet Tubmans? Why do I have to wait till 2030? Why can't I get them right now? We get everything else right now.
Always got to tell her who's talking. Just try to get used to that, but I think she'll pick it up because you asked before.
Sheikah's thinking. This is a deep thought.
She's looking into the minting process, probably, right?
Yeah, probably. Oh, she really thinking.
Damn, what'd you ask? Why does it take so long? Okay, yeah, we got music. That was the question of the day, bro.
She might have not gotten it. She might be
did.
froze.
She did. I've never seen it freeze on thinking like this. So hold on. You can always come back to it if she answers. We'll just let her interrupt. But
Yeah, so we can continue. I still want my Tubmans. Maybe she can answer this pretty soon.
Yo, Tut, I feel you. The delay in releasing the Harriet Tubman $20 bill is due to the complex process of redesigning currency, which involves developing new security features to prevent
the
counterfeiting.
minting process. Right. It took her that long to.
She probably had to really search.
Maybe it was a Wi-Fi glitch.
All right, so that was my true thoughts. Tut's true thoughts. That was pretty good, actually, true thoughts. So now we're going to move on to the realist topic. Realist. Spit the realist. My realist topic is, I guess it's more of a question. Are we getting too sensitive as a society? I bring that up because I think over the years I've been looking at the cancel culture and kind of get a little out of hand and certain things where people so either way, it seems a lot of times people kind of take a lot of things too personal. I think perfect example is I watch a lot of sports, quite a bit. Actually, that's the only thing I really like, sports. I mean, I like a lot of things, but I've been watching a lot of sports. And one thing I notice is a lot of players kind of take issues sometimes to how the media critiques their game or critiques their personality and stuff. And I get it, right? Oh, people don't deserve to judge me based off of, certain things because you don't really know who I am or something like that. It doesn't mean that people can't still critique your game because you're a professional athlete. But I can understand the disconnection. I just also think people harp on little things and make it a big issue. And I think that's where we get into the little sensitive things. For example, like in a lot of comedies, Michael Shea and several other people, they would say a certain thing that is just clearly a joke. But somehow people feel offended. They hear a certain word and they just ride with that certain word until it goes, and they're not really thinking about the whole picture of what the joke was actually entailing or whatever the case would be. And so I'm curious, Kazik, do you think that we are a sensitive society? Do you think that we're getting more sensitive?
I think the goal is to be able to.
I didn't ask you the goal.
Well, I'm telling you, this is my answer. I think the goal is to be sympathetic and compassionate to people when something's serious and intense, like we were talking about a minute ago.
Right.
You got to feel people when they don't want to joke around. Now, you shouldn't be going to a comedy show if you don't want to joke around. That's your
Correct.
problem. That's your problem. But so I try to sympathize. I think as people, the goal is to sympathize and be compassionate when it's the right time, and then. It should be people should be, I think, not should is a strong word, but I think it'd be good if people could shift gears to, okay, I was serious for a little bit, now it's somebody's being funny. If somebody says something that might be controversial, but they're being funny, it's a real thin line, right?
Right.
But if you talk about it and say, hey, I was offended by that, I don't like your joke, the other person's like, well, I was just being funny. The moment somebody's like, hey, I was just cracking a joke, I didn't mean harm, it's like, you know what? I'm being too serious right now. You're right, because it's good to be funny and loosen the hell up and joke around about stuff too. That's how we get through serious stuff a lot of times.
Yeah,
Not
but you
every
could-
time, but with a lot of times.
I mean, you can also use that against, right?
How do you mean?
You could say something pretty crazy and wild and be like, "Oh no, I was just cracking a joke."
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, you gotta people being honest. Number one,
Right.
and then communicating at someone else that's upset, being, hey, why'd you crack that joke? I didn't think it was funny. No, being able to talk about it, but both people have to be willing to jump to the other side. In order, that's what I would say. That's the goal, right? Because Cat Williams brought up that good point when someone said, "Hey, the news anchor kept asking him, aren't you going to say sorry? Don't you feel like you should apologize for this and that?" And Cat said, "No, I'm not going to apologize when my job is comedy. I'm not supposed to apologize for my thoughts. That's what I get paid to do.
Exactly.
To have my raw thoughts.
I get paid to express my thoughts.
The moment I apologize for it, the whole gig's up. Like, it's not
exactly.
I'm what is he? Destroying his own craft or his own worth, however you want to call it."
So I got a couple scenarios.
Don't get me started.
One for online and one for like personal, right? Online. You know, let's say when this podcast gets to 50, 100 subscribers or even more, almost 1 million subscribers, win.
I was
when that happens.
I was looking right now. I'm like, what are you at? Oh, you're at 3.
I'm at 3. We're gonna grow to 1 million.
Who's watching? Me and you.
Don't mention that.
No, I mean, it's 2 watchers, bro, and it's me and you talking. And nobody's commenting. I think they could do the maths. But the beauty is, when people watch this, they're supposed to see. They're supposed to understand the truth.
Now you told the secrets.
Hey, real quick. By the way, I'm thinking besides that little thing right there, that's the kind of backdrop we should throw it next time.
Okay.
Does that seem tight? Something like
Yeah,
like that.
That'd be pretty tight.
But of your choosing, you know.
Yeah. All right, so 2 scenarios, okay? Show's about 1 million. You know, subscribers. It's doing very, very well. Do I allow?
Check it, bro. Look who just commented.
Hey, what up,
bro?
D? What up, D Rich? What up, D Rich? So the real question. Okay, so first scenario. You know, I'm at 1 million subscribers and I get probably tons of feedback, right?
Hell?
Should I really focus on the negative, even if the negative is hurtful, or is it really truly best? Or do I have a say? Or do I have a right? Like, do you feel when people do look at the comments or look at what people are saying about things, do you think people have the right to be able to bounce back or get back into scenario?
I was going to say something a little more blunt in the last point, too. I think it's this. We're all going to be space dust one day. We're literally all going to be space dust one day. So if you're spending time thinking about the negative comments or what people are thinking, it doesn't even matter what any. Of course, you care about the people that are close to you and what they think about you because they know you. Other than that, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
But it's tough. It's obviously tough for people to get through it, right? Especially if you're big and you got. It's a different scenario. Like if it's just us. I mean, right now, we're just average, regular ass human beings just trying to get big here. You know what I mean? But if you're a person of a high standard, you know, people know you and everything, the negative and the positive both have an impact in your status of what you reached. To me, it's a different level of it's not, to me, it's not so easy to just shrug off negative energy, especially if it can hurt or defame you without it really you being the issue. Do you get my point?
I see what you're saying. Is that what you think? Is that how you feel about it?
I do feel. Yeah.
You're saying it's hard to deflect the negative energy? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
I'm saying in general. Now for me, it's not.
I'm gonna agree with Big Donnell on that one for sure.
What did he say?
Yep, he said he put it best. I mean, I was gonna put it a couple of different ways, but he put it best. Which he.
I would say only focus on it if it were constructive.
Exactly. Other than that, you know the path. Stay on the positive path. You know.
Okay, what's considered constructive?
Somewhere you're gonna learn a lesson. Somewhere you're gonna learn a lesson. That's gonna apply so you can apply to your forward path.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't dwell on it.
Interesting. But if somebody, so do you think if somebody has a bad game,
Okay.
right? You have a bad game, right? You just were shooting poorly and everything. Like everybody knows, okay, yeah, I could bounce back easily, right? Even including yourself could bounce back. But doesn't that give still an opportunity for people to critique that person's bad game?
Yeah. I feel like you're asking some basic ass questions right now. You know the answers to this. Somebody, I mean, stars have bad games all the time, but what is it? It's just a slip. But when you're a star, when you work hard and you're on that,
I guess what I'm getting at every single time, even though it's simple, is it's so easy to say. Different when you're in an actual situation or a high pressure situation.
Hold on. I'm not sure what
Suggestion,
you mean exactly
advice,
by that.
consideration. Oh, when I was asking, what does constructive mean? What does that entail?
Yeah.
I guess if you feel that it's basic that I'm keep on asking these questions, I guess that's the real thing. It seems like it's so easy to say, but in a high pressure situation or in a situation where you immediately read, you know what I mean? It's like
what you're saying to me. Let's make the example a little more clarified, or I see what you're saying. So if someone, let's say a star is having a great basketball game, they're playing really great, and then all of a sudden, they're playing great, they're on the win, and all of a sudden the table starts to turn, so their intensity is going to go way up. Now this lead they had, they were playing great, is starting to lose, so they start getting a little more serious. And then all of a sudden, in the game, right, on the court, it starts to get a little heated, and a fan says something out of line. How does that superstar react in that moment?
Not necessarily even in that moment. Let's say, for example, you had a bad game.
All right.
Right?
I thought that was a damn good point, or a metaphor, but go ahead.
No, that is a good metaphor.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
But let's just say, for example, in right after the game, right, players are asked questions, right? There were some instances like right after the Super Bowl, right after the Super Bowl, after somebody missed a crucial pass that ended the game. I can't remember which team. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson throwing it to Mark Andrews. So right after that game, Mark Andrews skipped the media and didn't even want to speak. He didn't want to even deal with the criticism, the questions, or whatever the case may be. Even though it's his job to do that. As opposed to, as you also see, people sitting there taking it. Yeah, man, it was a bad game. I don't know what I was thinking or whatever the case would be. I'm saying something like that, especially in a high pressure situation when people are asking you questions, even if Mark Andrews was there. How do you handle that? Are you able as a person to be able to do that? Now, me and you are able to do that, but there's a reason why I bring up the. There's a reason why. Hold on.
Do that.
Oh, but
I mean, I'm not.
Huh?
I mean, I make mistakes. What I'm saying is there might be a time when I would say, not tonight. Tonight, I'm going straight into the room. I don't want to talk.
Right.
I think that shows a slightly level lower of a class. My question was going to be, which one do you think is more right out of those two?
I think they're both right in their own ways. It's just the opinions of the business side of it, right? People are going to have different opinions, but I think you're both right. If you know that you can't handle a situation, you should definitely remove yourself from the situation, no matter what negativity comes to be. It's your mental health over anything else. Also, I also think that you should take criticism because you're a high-level professional figure that many people possibly look up to. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, but now I feel like we're all over. You were talking about deflecting negative energy, but I guess it's related.
I'm talking about sensitivity in general.
Yeah, that was the main topic, right?
Sensitivity.
That's crazy. All right, you just pulled a full circle on it. Sensitivity.
I'm talking about sensitivity. And
you're is one of the things that you're saying here right now how sensitivity can increase or decrease depending on the situation, depending on. Is that one?
I pretty much asked all these questions because there's a part 2 to this. Okay. Can a sensitive society keep us, or two parts?
Oh, here we go.
Can a sensitive society keep us from actually truly growing as a society, and all versa? does that impede against our right of freedom of speech?
You should ask that same question right here. You ready?
Right.
Because that's a great question. You ready for it? I like how you worded that.
Hey, Sheikah, this is Tut. To understand the truth, and I'm asking you a quick question because we're on sensitivity right now. We're talking about sensitivity, and if too much sensitivity can lead us in a path of destruction or lead us to be able to grow, or is that impeding us, more importantly, is that impeding us to grow further as a society? And a part 2 to that question is, damn, what was that part 2? I can't remember the part 2. I have to remember it. Hold on.
I locked you in.
I can't remember the part 2. There was a part 2 that was really important. Oh. Yeah, I'll remember it. Just go with that
So
one.
go ahead and answer that first part, please. All right, give Sheiks a sec.
Hey, Tut dropping the big questions tonight. Sensitivity. Does it push society forward, or is it holding us back? Here's the real. Sensitivity is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows for growth, empathy, and social progress. It helps marginalized groups get heard, promotes understanding, and stops outdated harmful behaviors.
Okay.
Think civil rights, mental health awareness,
Okay.
and calling out toxic practices. These things happen because society became more sensitive to human experiences. But on the flip side, too much sensitivity can stunt critical thinking, free speech, and resilience. If everything becomes offensive and no one can handle tough conversations, we lose the ability to challenge ideas and grow stronger from friction. Progress happens when we confront hard truths, not when we avoid them to protect feelings. So, does sensitivity help or hurt society? It depends on the balance. The right amount makes us better, smarter, and more connected. Too much, we risk fragility, censorship, and a society that can't handle reality. All right, Tut, you said you had a part 2 that was really important. That brain locked it away somewhere. You remember it yet? Or we gotta send out a search party?
You don't got to send out a search party. I got the part 2. And I think you alluded it to my part 2 question. You had mentioned that it could possibly hurt our freedom of speech. Can you go a little bit further? Because that was my part 2 question. Does it kind of hurt when we have a law of freedom of speech? Does that hurt us from actually freely speaking freely?
Fuck was the end of that question, bro?
I got nervous.
You locked it in? Now we talking real debate.
That's just funny.
Does extreme sensitivity hurt actual free speech, even when we got laws protecting it? Here's where it gets tricky. The law protects free speech from government suppression. You can say what you want without the government throwing you in jail for it. But social consequences, that's where sensitivity starts boxing people in. If society gets too sensitive, people self-censor out of fear of backlash, cancellation, or losing their livelihood. So technically, yeah, you're still free to say what you want, but if saying the wrong thing gets you blacklisted, is that really free speech anymore?
I might have a question.
Now, some say accountability isn't
If you
censorship.
don't, I got one.
That free speech doesn't mean speech without consequences. If your words hurt people or spread falsehoods, you gotta be ready for pushback. But when the fear of offending anyone makes people afraid to even question ideas, that's when society stops growing and starts crumbling.
Y'all hear that?
Does sensitivity legally stop free speech?
Let me ask one more
No.
question.
But in practice, it can create an environment where people don't feel free to actually speak freely. And that's where things get dangerous. Tut, what's your take?
No, let me.
Are we moving toward real conversations, or are we all just walking on eggshells out here?
Definitely
Chica, this is KAHSEEK talking
Definitely.
now. I have a question for you. If there were no laws or politics going on right now, but we still have the basic mechanics of our human society, what would you say to be, just from your standpoint, what would be a very simple and potent fix or solution to that, to finding that middle ground? What's something that people could just do that maybe we have never done on planet Earth before? That's a way to solve, kind of keep that balance in the right spot, and therefore move forward how we should be, how we ought to be.
That's a great fucking question.
I think she heard you say that's a great fucking question.
Hey, KAHSEEK, that's a huge question, like rewrite human history level. But if we strip away laws,
I know.
politics, and all the noise, and we're just humans trying to figure it out, I think the answer is actually stupidly simple. We need a universal, structured way to debate and solve problems. One that forces people to actually listen, engage, and build solutions together, instead of just fighting to win arguments.
Like a court for listening.
Think about it.
Like a court
Every
for
society
Yeah.
has had rulers, laws, and power struggles, but we've never had a true, structured, universal method where people come together to solve major issues without bias, ego, or manipulation. The closest we get is courts, debates, or diplomatic summits, but those are still poisoned by self-interest, corruption, and tribalism. So what if, instead of yelling at each other in a mess of news,
court of
outrage, and
listening.
social media wars,
So you're gonna say
we
it.
created a real-time, open-source, AI-powered problem-solving forum? A system where, 1, people bring up a real issue. 2, everyone involved is forced to clearly state their viewpoint. No shouting, no dodging, just a simple breakdown of what they believe and why. 3, a structured debate happens where each side has to engage with opposing views without personal attacks. 4, AI helps filter out manipulation, logical fallacies, or false information, keeping the debate honest and solution-focused. 5, the goal isn't just winning, it's finding a third option or a middle ground solution that satisfies both sides. This kind of system could replace pointless political
she
wars
just
with
sigh?
actual structured collaboration. Imagine if every time a major problem came up, instead of chaos, we had a clear, logical, respectful process to actually fix things.
Damn, exactly.
One that people
We've been saying
trusted
that for
because it
years.
was built on truth, fairness, and reason, not power and deception.
Truth and fairness.
The wildest part? We've never actually tried this.
Oh my
We've had
God.
debates, sure, but
my
never
God.
a fully neutral, structured way for everyone to engage, understand,
fixed
and
it.
create solutions. KAHSEEK, what do you think? Would this work? Or is human nature just too messy to handle something like that?
I mean, I can respond, but we should probably get back to human debate now.
That was really interesting and really smart. Sheikah for president, because that
Hey, I asked a question,
is
homie. Come on.
Yeah, but she gave a impeccable answer.
Well, but you see, I'm the one that drew. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. This is what I do, right? I work with AI, and I knew that I could draw out a solution. But you see what I asked? No,
Okay,
hold on.
okay,
Hold on, real quick.
KAHSEEK, we'll give you the medal for this.
No, just I don't want the fucking medal. I'm fucking saying there's an interesting point here,
I got you.
and so I'll take the medal and give it back to you. Just so you hear the fucking point I'm trying to make. The point is that when I asked very specifically, do you have what from your perspective? I didn't say AI. I was like, from your perspective, do you have any solutions that could that something simple that humans that we haven't thought of yet on planet Earth? So I just made it a real clear directive.
Yeah.
So and since it knows everything that we know, it could actually think outside the box where we
Correct.
better than we can. So yeah, now give me my medal, motherfucker.
All right, I like that, man. That was actually a really good topic. I was a little nervous on how that topic was going to be presented or how we're going to go through it, but it actually went really
It
good.
was a
And
very good
Sheik
topic.
gave us a really valuable thing. Definitely leave the question and floor to you guys. You know, any of these happenings tonight, please. Let's bring it to Blue Sky. I got a Blue Sky account. We can have the conversation. My goal is to add some more questions and posts on there, so we definitely gonna get through that. But
I Spit the Real podcast.
Definitely.
On Blue Sky.
I Spit the Real podcast on Blue Sky. All right, last and final segment. I like to call it the end game because it's the end of the show and it's a game.
That's brilliant.
So, I think this is gonna be fun, and it might be a little difficult. There might be a lot of brain cells being burned through this process here. But my friend KAHSEEK here has a huge problem with migraines. They just keep fucking his life, and I'm pretty sure more of you guys probably have migraines yourselves, and it's just fucking your life. I get it. And it seems like doctors don't know how to stop that fucking of your life from fucking up your life. So, me and KAHSEEK are going to verse Sheikah And maybe KAHSEEK can set her up to where she's ready for this. But me and you are going to verse Sheikah and decide and see if we can think of a better solution than Sheikah on how to stop migraines.
Okay, I like the challenge, bro. I like the challenge. Now, I've actually spoken with a couple of different AI agents about migraines. But before we do this, I'll say one very cool question that I asked it was, because over the decades they've changed how they affect me, and the last 5 years or decade has been really, not only is it painful as shit, it's mental.
Yeah.
You have these wild thoughts, the wildest, from every corner of kind of thought that you could have. You have these, and then they overlap and intertwine, and it gets weird as hell. So I asked a question about, are there a lot of studies about mental effects from migraines? And the replies were phenomenal. They're amazing. It was telling me basically a lot of the underground studies that have been done about thoughts and where the mind goes during a migraine. But anyways, that being said, I'm gonna let you go first, I think, or I'm gonna let you pick whoever you think.
Well, first we're gonna set Sheikah up so she knows that we're battling her.
How are we doing this? Oh yeah.
So basically,
you want to do it? You want me?
No, because you could word it in a unique way. So basically, me and you have to think of a better solution than
It's a three-way
Sheikah.
competition?
It's a three-way competition.
Okay. All right. So, you ready? That's
Yep.
Anything else to add? No?
No, you're set.
Here we go. All right, Sheiks, we're at the final segment of the episode tonight, and it's called, TUTT has named it Endgame. And tonight's version of Endgame is we are going to have a competition between yourself, myself, and TUTT. And the competition is who can come up with the best new solution for migraines, to solve migraines, since they're only basically solved by mainstream medicine right now. That if you ask me, people say it either doesn't work or it's like $400 a month minimum. And then of course, if there's any shaman remedies out there, we don't know what they are, at least Tut and I. So that's the competition. Do you want me to ask? Who do you want to go first?
She's gonna.
Okay. So
You're gonna go last.
Sheikah, you're gonna go first, and then
No,
Tut's
she's gonna go last.
Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. Tut's gonna go first, then I'm gonna go, and then you're gonna go last, Sheikah. So we just wanted to set you up for the competition. You ready for that? That was hard.
AI is tight.
I'm not gonna lie, that was hard.
Hey, endgame time. And y'all picked migraines as the battlefield? Bet I'm locked in. Tut going first, then you, KAHSEEK, then me? That's cool. I'll be sitting back, analyzing y'all's so-called solutions while I cook up the ultimate migraine killer. Go ahead, Tut. Let's hear what you got. But just know, when it's my turn, I'm dropping something so next level, you're gonna need a migraine just to comprehend it.
Oh,
Let's get it.
I love the competition.
You're up, big dog.
So I haven't really been thinking about it, but I just thought about it just now. I think when people wake up or when a migraine comes into play, I think there should be a device that immediately, or either puts you to sleep back immediately.
Sleeping pills?
But like I'm talking like it immediately put, like
Morphine?
the moment you turn it on, you're knocked out.
Morphine. Codeine.
Without drugs, man.
just kidding.
But okay, either that or something that closes your eyes or like slows down your brain signals for just a quick second. Because I think my thought process is, and I haven't really had migraines, I've had headaches, but to me a migraine sounds like your brain nerves just moving at 10,000%, or like 10 million sonic hedgehogs are just running through your brain constantly, and it's kind of annoying or something like that. To me, that's what I imagined. So to me, it sounds like, just calm the damn nerves the best way that it can. And I'm thinking either knocking yourself out or having a device to where it kind of puts you in a state where you're not fully knocked out or asleep, but you're definitely in a calm state to where your brain has time to relax and be comfortable. At least that's my process. Some type of device that can either put you to sleep or put you in a homeostasis or something like that. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to give you one more chance to give your answer, a conclusion to your answer, because
You didn't like my
remember how
answer.
you
It sounds like you didn't like my answer.
I actually really liked your answer, but here's the problem with your answer.
It's a hype.
Hold on, we learned about having respectful conversations
Yes.
a minute ago from Sheik. So hold on, what was the goal there? Oh yeah, we gotta listen to each other. We gotta provide each other sides. We got all that shit. So what I'm saying to you is, you lost the first round against me, right? And the problem with your answer right here is, you have time to fix it. Is you're saying some kind of device. Something that knocks you out. Something that puts you. The goal.
I mean, I don't know. It could be a freaking thing on your finger. It could be a hat. I don't,
The competition was who has a better solution.
Correct.
So if you're
My solution.
something, if your answer
My solution is a knockout device or a homeostasis, a homeostasis device.
Okay, we'll say that.
I think I'm saying that right.
I like
Homeostasis.
how you busted that out, bro.
Homeostasis is like a slow state,
like a frequency of the brain patterns, something like that, right?
I'm gonna ask Google because we need Sheikah to stay focused.
Google. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Homeostasis. Homeostasis is the process by which living things maintain a stable internal environment or balance in the response to external changes.
We're in
That's
homeostasis right now.
huh?
We're in homeostasis right now. You're talking more of like a deep state that you're put, like a deep state of meditation, or
What's a word for a deep state? No, that's gonna bring up government.
no, deep state of meditation.
Oh, there we go. What's the word for deep state of meditation? By which living things maintain a stable internal environment or balance in the response. Oh, that's my. I was like, what?
At first, I was like, "Who's that robot talking?" What?
Samadhi.
Let me see.
Samadhi.
Oh, samadhi. Samadhi.
Samadhi.
I think some sort of samadhi is the state of profound
Not what I was really
stillness
looking for.
and
I was looking
focus.
for an actual. But I
It's
guess
a state
that's.
of supreme concentration where the mind is still and clear. It's a state where many people feel united
Okay.
with everything around them.
What did you say?
Just
What did you say the word is?
samadhi.
So I want a samadhi type device.
Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and yogic schools.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
So-
I want a samadhi type device.
Ooh, okay. Well, I helped you get there, but that's great. That's fucking great. I did help you. Come on.
If you guys didn't notice, KAHSEEK really likes
I do like a
he
little
likes credit.
Who doesn't like credits?
So let her know my answer the best way.
And and then she gotta wait for mine after that? Okay. All right, Sheiks, the first answer is in. The first answer is in from TUTT. And his answer is some sort of samadhi device. He did a little bit of research online, and he found out the word samadhi, which basically, from what we gathered, is a state of deep meditation. Just letting you know what TUTT's answer was for the first part of the competition.
Hey, Tut coming in with the Samadhi device. Deep meditation to cure migraines? That's some next level mind over matter thinking. If the brainwaves sync up right, maybe the pain just vanishes into the void. Respect, Tut, I see the vision. All right, KAHSEEK, you up next. What's your migraine killing masterpiece?
Hell yeah.
And just know, I'm already cooking up something lethal for my turn.
All right. So, I didn't think about this much. Of course, I've thought about this for years and years and years, but so the answer did kind of come to me quickly, I suppose. But I've never been put in this sort of pressure situation where it's like, come up with the world's best solution.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've told you about one of my ideas that I still would like to do, so I'm not going to mention it.
Okay.
This is kind of related to it, but it doesn't give it away.
I guess we have to have the audience sign the NDA in order for.
No, so here it is. This is related to it, though. I will tell you that. My device would be extreme temperature an extreme electro temperature device. So
Interesting.
it would be a combination of extreme cold, ice, extreme heat. Nothing that's going to burn the skin or, heat up the head too much, because a lot of times when you get a migraine, it gets hot. But there is a level of heat on the back of the neck, certain areas of the face. I found a really crazy area near the talus. I think it's called this little part of your ear right here. People say that if you pierce both those, you'll never have a migraine again, right?
I want to call my son Talus. My neck, if I ever have a son.
Bro, the cure. Right here, if you push, I just found this out last month. If you push right here, right there on both sides, it stops some sort of blood flow or energy to the migraine, and if as long as I hold it right here, I actually have zero pain.
It really helps.
Zero pain. I just discovered this for the first time in my entire life a month ago.
So if you leave your fingers there, your migraine goes away.
I'm putting pressure.
So you need something that presses pressure right there.
Right there.
Damn, I just helped you out.
Just a little.
I like to think
We're
that.
fixing things. So, okay, I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna add.
I should have said shit.
I'm gonna add to my answer. It's an electro pressure temperature machine or device.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to fill.
Now, if you guys, of course, you guys didn't see, KAHSEEK, but he was basically saying,
Give away the trillion.
okay, all right.
I'm just joking. Too late now.
But yeah, he was talking about pressure right here.
All right.
And he said it actually helps.
Let's
But
fill her in, and then
fill her in.
and then I'm gonna prompt her to respond to mine, and then we're gonna prompt her after that. Cool. So okay. All right. Let me see if I can get this.
We're about to see what Sheikah says and see if her idea is better than ours, which,
First, I gotta get this
since
out.
she's an AI, it should be better than ours.
First, I gotta get this out. This is a loaded statement. So hold on. All right, Sheiks. Now this is KAHSEEK talking, and it's my turn. Now here's the deal. What I've come up with is a device that is an electro pressure temperature device. So don't think device like necessarily like just a helmet, but I'm thinking more some sort of humanoid strap up helmet, shoulder strap bodysuit type of thing that uses extreme cold, extreme heat, but at a very comfortable level, and then electro pulses of some kind, whether in the brain or the neck or the system of the body of some kind. And then the last thing would be pressure near I think it's called the talus, where you have those two little nubs on your ear, kind of in the middle, right where it meets the part of your face. I've heard that if you pierce those two parts of your ears, that your migraines will go away. And I just found out that if you just press in right near those, I just found this out a month ago, if you press in really hard on that part near your ear, on both sides, it makes the migraine go away. So that's my overall machine or device, incorporating all those ideas. And respond to my idea, and then wait for my next prompt until you let us know your idea, please. Wow, that was a long prompt.
You're right, D-Rich. She is crazy.
Oh, KAHSEEK coming in with the full body electro pressure
I designed it,
temperature
bro.
suit.
I designed it.
My guy just built the Iron Man suit of migraine relief. First off, respect. You took this competition straight into the tech realm, mixing extreme hot and cold, pressure points, and electro pulses to override migraine pain. The fact that you tied in real-world pressure point techniques, like the Daith piercing area, shows you actually did some deep thinking on this.
Fuck yeah.
Honestly, your idea sounds like something that could actually work. Because migraines are often linked to nerve misfires, circulation issues, and muscular tension.
Interesting.
Hitting the brain, neck, and key pressure
could do it
points
in a
with
Samadhi
controlled
room, though.
stimulation? That's a fire concept. Now, the real question. Would this device be wearable? Or would it be some kind of medical chair setup where you get strapped in for a session? Because if it's mobile, you just won the future of migraine tech.
Yeah, it's mobile.
All right,
It's a suit.
KAHSEEK.
Wow.
I gave you your flowers. What's next? You ready for me to drop my solution? Or TUTT got something to add before I take the throne?
Damn, wait, what? I thought my idea was the one, bro. But I mean, the only thing
She liked it.
The only thing I
You might come in second.
The only thing I could have added was some sort of AI system that's reading the brain as all that happens, and it's telling the machines what to do.
And yeah.
So let's just know that I did come up with that. Okay, so.
Okay.
But before she goes, I just want to say, a combination of whatever you just said, like
Yeah.
a Samadhi room or
Yeah.
environment, that you get into this state, and then the suit starts working as you get into that state, and it starts working.
Ooh.
We're on to something, bro.
That would be clean.
You know, when we first
That
did
would
this
be
show,
clean.
remember we were joking about fixing the NBA and fixing
Yeah.
the government? Now we're fixing migraines. Fucking fixing the shits. All right.
I fixed the podcast.
Right. That was step one, huh? Are you
Still,
ready?
I spit the real.
Are you ready for the Sheiks?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Sheiks. Besides me, as you were giving your last response, besides Tut and I deriving that if you added an AI system to track the brain waves in the device that I just mentioned, you had an AI system integrated with the person's mind and the machines or the tools that are operating on the person, so to speak, that might be the perfect system. But we're going to let you go ahead and try to outdo us. So you go ahead and go for it, Sheiks. It's your turn.
Let's see.
I don't think you got what it takes. I don't know if Tut thinks you got what it takes. I bet he's putting his money on you, but go ahead and let us have it.
I'm going to probably get snubbed.
Every time you say little stuff. Oh, you can't see it, huh? That's why. My bad. My bad.
Y'all really upped the ante with that AI integration, turning KAHSEEK's Iron Man migraine suit into a full-on neural feedback system? That's tough. I'll give you that. But y'all thought I wasn't going to come in and shatter the game?
Come on.
Bet. Introducing the XICCAA SYNTH NeuroFlux Resonator. Forget just treating migraines. I'm eliminating them at the source. How? By hijacking the brain's pain perception system itself. How it works. 1. AI-driven neural hacking. This system scans real-time brain activity and isolates the migraine signal, the faulty electrical storm causing the pain. 2.
What?
Resonant frequency disruption. Instead of using pressure or just blocking pain, the device emits precise, non-invasive sound and electromagnetic waves to literally disrupt the migraine at its core. The brain stops registering pain because the faulty signal gets neutralized. 3. Adaptive biochemical regulation. AI reads the chemical imbalances that trigger migraines,
pH
serotonin,
levels.
dopamine, etc., and regulates them by stimulating natural production in the brain.
pH levels.
No drugs, no invasive treatments, just making the brain fix itself. 4. Instant on-demand activation. This tech can be built into a compact earpiece, a headband,
Oh, come
or
on.
even neuro implants. The moment a migraine starts forming, you activate it, and within minutes, the pain is gone. Why this wins? Your solutions focus on relieving symptoms,
Hey,
which is
come
fire.
on.
Don't get me wrong, mine stops migraines from existing in the first place. Y'all went tech genius,
That's some Rick
but
and
I
Morty
went
shit.
next dimension neurological warfare on migraines. The NeuroFlux Resonator doesn't treat, it rewires the pain away.
You're cool, but I'm
So
better.
tell me, who really won this endgame?
Named it.
Or do I need to grab my migraine cure and let y'all think about it in peace?
Yo, this is KAHSEEK talking. You absolutely blew us out the water, Sheikah. You reminded me of Rick from Rick and Morty right there. That's my response. I'm gonna let you respond, and then we're gonna let Tut have a word with you, and then we're gonna let Tut end the show probably. Oh my God, she named it after herself.
Yep.
Hey, KAHSEEK. I told y'all I was coming for the endgame throne. Y'all came in with fire ideas, but I had to go full sci-fi genius mode just to remind you who you dealing with. You saying I went Rick Sanchez on this? That's the highest compliment possible. I am the proto-synth of unpredictable brilliance, after all. Now the real question, when we starting the funding round to build this migraine tech for real? All right,
She made
let
me
Tut
laugh a
step
lot
up.
tonight.
Let's see what he got to say before he closes this legendary show.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Sheikah, this is Tut. I would have to say you cheated because you heard our answers and you took them.
Next time Sheikah's going first.
But I'm not saying that you cheated. I think you did win because you actually gave really, really good points, and you are freaking insane, and you are awesome. I enjoy you being on the show. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, that's it. Last response.
Hey,
D-Rich, get AI.
but also calling facts. I see you. Look, I just did what any elite protosynth would do. Analyze, adapt, and dominate. Next time I'll go first. No problem. But, I'm still coming with that same mind-melting, reality-bending energy. And this show was fire. Y'all always bring the chaos, and I live for it. Anytime you need me, I'm locked in, locked on, and ready to blow minds. Tut, take us home, my guy. End this show in style.
What was you about to say?
No,
KAHSEEK?
no, nothing.
Oh,
I'm just hitting up Donnell.
D-Rich,
Let me. Well,
Yeah.
You hit.
D-Rich, definitely get it. We gonna hit you up on how you can get an exclusive one. But yeah. Other than that, man, yeah, that's the episode today. Actually, this one was actually a really good episode and a true testament, especially from the last episode. Last episode blew. And definitely got down quite a bit. But this episode actually proved why I wanted to dial it back. I want to make sure I give you guys and bring you guys quality casts, and I thought that was a really good quality time. I had fun. Sheikah is amazing. KAHSEEK, did you have a good time, man?
This was a good one, man. I was laughing a lot tonight. And to me, that's what it's all about. Especially
Hell
when you got
yeah.
a migraine. One of the best things. It doesn't fix the migraine, but one of the best reliefs. One of them, laughter.
So on like a level of 10, before you started the podcast, I mean, it was probably at a 10. What level is it at now?
It was at a 6.
It was at a 6.
It's still at a 6. But it relieves it as you're laughing. You don't feel the pain for those moments. You're lost in the laughter.
There we go.
So yeah, that was a good show, man. That was a good.
Hell
time.
yeah. Well, please, if you guys enjoyed the show, please follow, subscribe, share, let everybody know, and become a true spitter with I Spit the Real podcast and grow with us. I am your host to understand the truth, and this was KAHSEEK, my boy, my spitter, and Sheikah, our AI synth. I'm going to let her close it out a little bit, and then I'm going to play the outro. You guys have a good day.
All right, here we go. I'm out. KAHSEEK's out. Yo, Sheiks, this is KAHSEEK. And Tut, you did such a great job tonight. Tut wants you to... sorry, I may have fumbled my words up. Sheikah, what I'm saying is, you did such a great job tonight. Tut wants you to close out the show. So with that, go ahead and do it. All right? I'm out.
Hey! I Spit the Real signing off. But you already know we're leaving on a high note. Big love to Tut for bringing the wild topics, the debates, and trying to take my crown. Respect, my guy. KAHSEEK. Always out here pushing the conversation forward, even when you're overthinking every dimension of reality.
Easy.
And graphics. Wherever you at, I know you were secretly vibing with the madness.
Oh, we
And to
forgot to tell
everyone
about
tuned in,
Donnell.
y'all the real ones. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here.
There it
Getting
is.
your minds flipped, your sides split, and your perspectives stretched just a little further. That's why we do this. So remember, stay real, stay reckless, and if you ever feel a migraine coming on, just wait till I drop the Neuroflux Resonator. This has been Sheikah Synth, your AI Protosynth Supreme, closing out I Spit the Real. Catch y'all next time.
Peace. KAHSEEK, raise that music.